This fighter from Myanmar has shocked the world of mixed martial arts with his unforgettable bouts. Every fight he steps in is a spectacle, brutal, chaotic, and full of blood and destruction.
You know, for a kid who's ranked number 12 to come in on short notice and take on the number one guy in the world who was highly motivated to win that fight after the press conference the other day, where he said, "I feel like I'm the most disrespected fighter in the sport," and then he knows he's going to get the title shot. You know, he came to win tonight.
Just think about these numbers. 9 fights in the UFC in just 2 years. 2 fights in 3 weeks despite a broken finger and a knee contusion. 3 league records shattered, contender status for the title, and most likely the number 1 spot in the rankings. How can you not be in awe of Joshua Van?
He's the number 1 contender. And he put into some dangerous situation.
Now, let's introduce you to Joshua Van and revisit 5 of his fights that rocked the MMA world. After watching this video, you'll definitely be a fan. Number 1. Joshua Van versus Edgar Chairez. Competing on short notice is a hidden passion of Joshua's. He's often saved UFC cards by agreeing to fights without even going through a full training camp. When matchmakers called him again, asking him to fight on short notice, Van was physically unprepared for the bout.
So when I got the short notice, I popped my knee because I was back to training as hard as I can, so I popped my right knee. And then the day of the fight, in the morning when we did the little shakeout, I popped my left knee.
Physical conditioning issues couldn't break Joshua's warrior spirit, and he stepped into the fight as if nothing had changed. He dominated Edgar despite the physical discomfort and pain, delivering 3 incredible rounds before winning by unanimous decision. He was stiff in his movements due to the pain, but it didn't stop him from achieving his goal. Joshua made his mark in the second round, engaging in an impressive striking exchange and landing dozens of clean shots on his opponent.
Yes, sir. We know that he don't like body shot, you know what I mean? So we got to give him a test of that. So after that body shot, man, we got it.
What's especially surprising is that the Athletic Commission only learned about the injury after the fight. Joshua possesses an incredible champion spirit, and the next fight on our list is just another direct confirmation of that. Number 2. Joshua Van versus Cody Durden. Only 2 months had passed since his last fight, but once again, matchmakers reached out to Joshua. At UFC 310, 14th ranked flyweight Cody Durden suddenly found himself without an opponent, and the league offered him the name of an unknown rookie. If Cody had known what was lurking behind this modest fighter, he would have never accepted the bout. Is it really possible to defeat a top 15 flyweight fighter in the world without going through an entire training camp? The secret to Joshua lies in the fact that he trains 6 days a week, regardless of whether he has an opponent or not. It's as if Joshua has shaped his lifestyle to fit the career of a professional fighter, always ready to step in on short notice. His fight with Cody Durden is a direct testament to that.
You were only 23 years of age. The sky's the limit for you. You have so much potential. What would you like? Who would you like to face next?
I want to face the top 10 or top 5, man. Whoever y'all got in front of me, I'll fight. That's what I'm going to do, man. I'm the fearless. Y'all remember that name?
Number 3. Joshua Van versus Seruya.
I'll tie my leg up. I'll tie my leg with a rope, and then I make my sister pull my leg up so I can kick higher, you know, things like that. So I watch Bruce Lee movie and do the things that he do and stuff like that. So
Joshua Van didn't earn the nickname Fearless by accident. He is truly ready to face the biggest challenge in the division at any given moment. Matchmakers love him for his willingness to fight regardless of the circumstances. Joshua Van is indeed a man without fear, and in his fight with Seruya, he proved it. An incredibly technical and intelligent performance from Joshua. His opponent was on a 10-fight win streak and held an undefeated status. Ray was known for finishing his opponents, combining powerful knockouts with smooth submissions. Joshua's game plan for the fight worked to perfection. He dropped his opponent multiple times and neutralized any aggression, dominating throughout all 3 rounds. Another incredible victory against a top prospect brought him even closer to breaking into the top 10 fighters. Number 4. Joshua Van versus Bruno Silva. At UFC 316, Joshua became the brightest revelation revelation. After completing a full training camp, the fighter from Myanmar showcased perhaps the best performance of his career. He destroyed Brazilian Bruno "Bulldog" Silva and finally earned the league's respect. What's especially remarkable is watching this flawless and masterful technical knockout. Joshua possesses an incredible blend of skill, technique, and power, which fully revealed itself in this fight. In every round, Joshua sent his opponent to the canvas, and in the third round, he finished Silva off. Just days after his breathtaking performance, Van, who left everyone in awe during that bout, announced that he had signed a contract for another fight. Number 5. Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Manal Cape is out. Joshua Van is stepping in. I have zero idea on the extent of Manal Cape's injuries, but I do know that I have the hottest prospect and probably the most exciting UFC flyweight in front of me. So really nothing changes for me as far as what's in front of me. I got a gangster that's ready to take my head off and earn his name off of me. So appreciate the matchup, and then also just excited to just be in what I think is probably the most exciting matchup in the flyweight division and be aligned on the same flyweight title card as Pantoja and Kai Kara-France. So let's get it.
It's not a short notice, I'll say, because 3 weeks is plenty of time, and like I said, shout out to him for giving me a chance to fight with him. So you know what I mean.
At UFC 317, Joshua once again saved the card by stepping in on just 3 weeks' notice to replace a suddenly withdrawn fighter. It seemed like Fearless was definitely overestimating his abilities. Fighting the #1 flyweight contender on such short notice, with one of the best resumes in the division, was pure madness. But Joshua was surprisingly optimistic.
I know you have Brandon on Saturday, but if you beat him, after that, it's title shots, main events, 5-round fights for you. Have you allowed yourself to kind of envision that, or is just life isn't past Saturday for you?
I mean, after I beat him, I'm gonna get the title for sure. So yes.
Thanks to this fight, Joshua became a true superstar. He broke his finger in the first round, but that didn't stop him from delivering an absolute war. As the fighters clashed in the cage, they put on one of the best bouts in the history of the division. From the start, both opponents virtually abandoned the ground game and chose to deliver the most thrilling spectacle, endless exchanges on the feet. We witnessed an incredibly competitive fight where Joshua dominated with his striking skills, and in the 5th round, with only seconds left, he even knocked Royval down. Joshua had almost no issues in the cage. He found the right distance for dangerous side kicks to Brandon's front leg, which helped him disrupt his opponent's rhythm. The highlight of his mastery was the knockdown in the final seconds, which sealed the victory for Van. Both Brandon and Joshua received thunderous applause and Performance of the Night bonuses. Dana White rewarded the fighters handsomely, increasing Joshua's payout and giving Royval a win bonus. This was no surprise, as together the fighters landed 419 significant strikes, a record that no one in the UFC history had managed in a 3-round fight. These are the types of fighters who save divisions and destroy the stereotype that flyweight bouts are boring.
I think there was another record, you're the fastest to 750 significant strikes or anything like that. So you're 23, you're writing your name in these UFC records books. So I guess just how far are we taking this?
I'm happy to have one kid like him. He fight 1 month ago, and then coming here make this fight with another war, because when he fight with the Bruno Silva, he destroyed Bulldog, and come and make 1 month later after come to fight with the Royval #1 contender and make this statement. This kid is trouble,
The upcoming fight between Pantoja and Van is quickly becoming one of the most anticipated matchups, not just in the flyweight division, but in the entire sport. Keep your eyes on this fighter, because he has an incredibly promising future ahead.